Hello everyone and welcome back to Scandinavian Design 101. I'm Sanna.
I'm Andreas and we're two Swedes and we love design.
We do, and in this video we're going to talk about a trend we've spotted on the Swedish online auction site Tradera.
Yes.
We're there very much.
All the time.
Recently, some single tea and coffee cups have been sold for very large sums of money. For long, the demand for porcelain by well-known designers has been high, but always the same patterns, for example, Berså, Zebra or Picknick. They were expensive, but not nearly as expensive as the ones we're going to show you right now.
Yeah, but first let's say some words about Tradera. And if you don't live in Sweden, you probably haven't heard about this auction site. And one could say that Tradera is a Swedish version of eBay.
Yeah.
The site was launched in 1999 and soon became the largest e-commerce website in Sweden. And because of this, eBay never really managed to gain access to the Swedish market. And there's not even a Swedish version of eBay available.
Nope.
In 2006, Tradera was bought by eBay, but it was still kept as a separate website because of its popularity. And with this said, if you're looking for Swedish design, eBay isn't really the place to look. You should check out Tradera instead. And there's a lot of collectors out there using Tradera, and high quality objects are always sold for a lot of money. And it's therefore also easy to spot the latest trends by scrolling through the latest sales.
Which is what we've done.
Yes, we have. And with that, as we said earlier, lately the demand for mid-century tea and coffee cups has skyrocketed.
Yes, and extremely popular, not least among international collectors, are cups made in the 50s and 60s by Swedish porcelain factory Gefle Porslinsfabrik. The company was founded in 1910 in the town of Gefle. In 1923, the artist Arthur Percy was hired as artistic director, and he remained at the factory until 1959. In the 30s, the company was bought by the competitor Uppsala Ekeby, but Gefle remained a well-known porcelain brand in Sweden until 1979, when the company was dissolved. Yeah. Now let's take a look at some of the Gefle cups recently sold at Tradera.
Yeah, we have, for example, the teacup Sonny, is a Swedish man's name, by some unknown designer. And it was sold for 9,799 Swedish kroner, and that's approximately $1,028 for one cup.
Yeah. Next is Tina, also a name, but a girl's name.
Yeah.
My sister's name. It was designed by Helmer Ringström, and it was sold for 8,689 Swedish crowns or 910-ish US dollars.
Yeah. And we have Röd Solros. What's this? Solros?
Sunflower.
Sunflower. So red sunflower. It's a rare kind of sunflower, I guess. It was designed by Lillemor Mannerheim. And it was sold for 11,699 kroner, which is about 1,227 US dollars.
Yeah. Next is Hyacinth, which is also a flower.
Yeah.
It was designed by Arthur Percy. It was sold for 2,030 Swedish crowns or 213 US dollars.
Yeah.
Not very much, but think about it's only one.
Only one cup, and that one is a bit more common, I think. I've seen it, and it's in many different colors too. Yeah. And we have a popular cup called Fortuna. It's like fortune, I think, or something.
Yeah, it's like.
It's the goddess of fortune.
Is it goddess though?
Or I'm not.
I think it is, maybe.
Yeah, perhaps it is. But it's also designed by Arthur Percy. And it was sold for 7,200 kroner or 755 US dollars.
Yeah. Next is Terrace,
yeah.
Also designed by Arthur Percy. Sold for 1,589 Swedish crowns or 167 US dollars.
Yeah, and it's a bit boring looking, I think, but it's still a lot of money for kind of boring looking cup.
It is.
And now we have a very expensive Gefle cup, and it's actually unknown designer and unknown name of it. It must be extremely rare, perhaps some prototype or something. I've never seen it before. And it was sold for 29,308 kroner, which is 3,074 US dollars.
Ish.
Yeah, about.
For one.
For one.
Ugly
cup.
And now to the most expensive one. It's called Furuvik, which is a place outside Gefle. And it was designed by Berit Ternell and sold for 32,712 kronor or 3,434 US dollars.
And I actually think this is a coffee cup too, so it's a quite small one. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, well, it's cute, but I mean,
of course it is.
$3,500. It's it's crazy.
That is bananas.
Yeah. And since long, porcelain designed by the Swedish artist Stig Lindberg has been highly sought after and on the second-hand market. Yeah. And the prices seems to continue rising, not least on tea and coffee cups. Lindberg was artistic director at Gustavsberg's Porslinsfabrik between 1948 and 57, and also between 71 and 80. And during his many years at factory, he designed a long range of legendary porcelain patterns.
Yeah.
And we have two examples here. First out is Riviera. And it's like this printed pattern. And it was sold for 3,122 kroner. And that's $328.
Yeah. Next is Tahiti. Sold for 2,150 or 226 US dollars.
Yeah, and they were both coffee cups, so they are small. And nowadays you don't.
But the right one looks large.
It looks large, but it isn't. It's a quite small cup, and you don't drink coffee nowadays. At least not in Sweden. Yeah, we do, but not in small cups. You want a teacup to
very much large amount.
Yeah, we drink a lot of coffee in Sweden, but.
Rörstrand is another well-known Swedish porcelain factory, founded already in 1726.
It's a long time ago.
The brand Rörstrand still exists today, but the factory in Sweden was closed in 2005 and the production was moved abroad.
Yeah, sadly.
Nowadays, the colorful 50s and 60s porcelain patterns produced at the factory are attractive for collectors, and some of them are sold for quite a lot of money. The first we have here is Elvira, also a woman's name, designed by Margareta Henniks. It was sold for 3,050 kronor or around 320 US dollars.
Yeah, and then we have this cup Granada. Granada, I think it is in English too, isn't it?
Place with
yeah. And it was designed by an unknown designer. It's like the Rörstrand design team. And the cup doesn't really look that fancy, I think. But the other parts in this Granada series is quite amazing. So I think it's you want the cup to complete it. So this is the
most boring one?
Yeah, this is the most boring one. And it was actually sold for 4,700 kroner or $494.
Only for the cup?
Only for the cup, no plate.
No plate.
There's also quite a few Finnish teacups sold at Tradera for large amounts of money. And most of these were produced by Arabia, of course, a Finnish company founded by Rörstrand in 1884. And in the 1930s, Arabia was the largest porcelain manufacturer in Europe with more than 1,500 employees. So that's large. The factory was located in Helsinki, but in 2016, the factory was closed and production moved abroad. Also very sad. Most of the expensive cups recently sold at Tradera were designed by Ulla Prokopé. And first we have Fiesta. It's you see it quite often, and it was sold for 1,200 kroner or 126 US dollars, and that doesn't really sound that much, but this is mass-produced cups, and you see them quite often, so that's a lot of money, I think.
Yes. Next up is Koralli, sold for 2,200 kronor or $231. And this is much more uncommon.
Much more uncommon with this color. It's not that colorful. It's a bit more discreet.
It's not a nice color either. It's like beige, like a...
It's almost like a sunburned skin color.
Yes, it is. Not very pretty, actually.
No, not that charming.
But the most expensive ones are the enormously popular Moomin mugs launched by Arabia in 1990. Since then, more than 100 different designs have been launched, all printed on the Tema tea mug designed by Kai Frank in 1981. The Moomin characters were created by Tove Jansson in the 1940s, and almost all of the mugs are designed by the Finnish artist Tove Slott-Elevant.
Yeah. And we can start, we will show you the 3 most expensive cups sold at Tradera.
Yeah, but we see these all the time.
All the time.
Yeah. At Tradera.
And some of them are common and sold for a couple of, like $20 or $30.
Yeah.
But some of them are extremely expensive. And we have Moomin-trollet Dagdrömmer, Moomin Daydreams. Yeah. It was sold for 31,500 kronor, and that's $3,310.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of money, and it's just a black and white cup.
And he looks scared and sad.
Yeah, he looks very scared. Like,
the second most expensive is Fazer, which is a chocolate company. Is it just chocolate? No, it's other candies as well.
Yeah, candies as well. It's but we think about chocolate. Yeah.
But we always do.
We always do. Yeah.
It was sold for 167,000 kronor.
Yeah,
which is 17. Oh, the numbers are.
Yeah, that's great.
$17,550.
Yeah.
And 400 of these were made, and they were all numbered. So
yeah, so they are
400 is
still 400,
yeah.
And they were produced, I think, for the Fazer Cafe in Helsinki or something. But I mean, it's not an old. It's 2004, so it's not very old. And there are at least 400 of them. So I mean,
isn't it crazy?
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's totally crazy.
But even if this was crazy, now we must mention the most expensive Moomin cup ever sold anywhere.
No,
it's not just.
That's not.
No,
Let's just
cut it here. No, it's a cup called Simhopp med snäckskal. It's diving with seashells, and it was. This is a prototype, so it's extremely rare.
Yeah.
A couple of hundred of them were made in 2006, but almost all of them were destroyed immediately because they weren't satisfied with the pattern. But like a handful of them were given to employees at Arabia, and recently one of these were sold at Tradera for 236,478 kronor. And that's, it's $24,851 for one single cup.
Made in 2006.
This is crazy.
This is crazy. I don't even have words.
No, I don't have words, because you can get like a good car instead of this cup.
Of course you can.
That's amazing. Yeah, but this was some examples of expensive cups. But if you surf to Tradera and look around, you will find also a lot of cheap cups, of course. But it's a good place to find Swedish porcelain.
Yeah.
So take a look if you haven't already. And if you like this episode,
please click thumbs up.
Yeah, and subscribe and follow us on Instagram. We're called Scandinavian Design 101, and thank you a lot for watching.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.